جايين من كل مكان للصويرة زينة البلدان زوروا ونرجع فرحان كالضبيل وللهيلولة حوض السلاح وثوم حيلة نضربوا شوفار هاد الليلة.
Bishut Morev Rabotai, with the permission of Hashem, this shiur, this lecture, is the memory of my friend Menachem Mendel Ben Israel Yosef Rosenthal. We call him Miguel Rosenthal. May Hashem rest his soul in peace. This man, he reminds me Yitzhak Avinu. Yitzhak Avinu was the one that he gave his body sacrifice for Hashem. Every day, we talk about the sacrifice of Yitzhak. And the question is, why we have to talk about the sacrifice of Yitzhak every day? We talk about the sacrifice of Yitzhak on Rosh Hashanah. We talk about the sacrifice of Yitzhak on Yom Kippur. But every day we talk the sacrifice of Yitzhak. I mean, why? You know, there is some Jewish community that on Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, they spend millions of dollars to have to open the ark of the Echal for the Akedat Yitzhak. It's amazing what there is special in the Akedat of Yitzhak. My friend, we had millions of Jews that they sacrificed their soul for Hashem, the Shoah. 6 million Jews. So, and we don't do no memory for that, no souvenir for that. Yes, in Israel they do this once a year. But there is a lot of big tzaddikim that they were sacrificed for the honor of Hashem, and we do nothing for them. My friend, every day as well, we talk about the exit of Egypt. Is there any reason for that as well? Is not enough that we talk on Pesach about the exit of Egypt? Every day we talk about when the Jews crossed the sea. Why we don't? We mentioned this on Pesach, and the last day of Pesach we call it Shvei Shel Pesach. We talk about the crossing of the sea. Why every day we talk about when the Jews crossed the sea? My friend, you have to know something. Every day we talk about the sacrifice of Yitzhak. Because every day to be a Jew, you need a lot of sacrifice. To be a Jew, to wake up in the morning, to wash your hand, to go to shul, whatever you do, it's a sacrifice. You sacrifice your time. You want to eat, you have to wash your hand. You have to do Birkat Hamazon. To live as a Jew, it's a big sacrifice. Eat kosher, Shabbat. It's not easy. So in the morning, they remind you, hey, any kind of sacrifice you can do today, it's not worth the sacrifice that Yitzhak Abinu did, that he gave his body to Hashem. When Abraham was taking Yitzhak to sacrifice him, Yitzhak did not know about that. And Yitzhak, he said to his father, Papa, where are we going? Because I see that it's like you want to go to do a sacrifice. Can you tell me, Papa, where you're going? So he told him, my son, Hashem told me to tell you to sacrifice you. What a shock. What a shock. I mean, he didn't want him before. Just mamash. And we thought maybe Yitzhak will say no to his father. But he didn't say no. They worked together. Yitzhak accepted right away. Not only that, Yitzhak said to his father before he sacrificed him, Papa, can you tight me well so I will not move? Can you imagine? That's why every day we read the story of the sacrifice to remind us that who knows, all our Jewish day of today, so we can use the best moments of being a Jew during the day, even if there is a sacrifice to do it. Remember, whatever you can do, nothing to compare to what he did, Yitzhak Avinu. And that's why every day we mention the exit of Egypt as well, because every day and his problems, every day. We never know what kind of day I can have today. It could be good things, could be bad things, who knows? No one knows. One thing we know, whatever Hashem brings to you, there is an exit. There is an exit. Like the Bnei Israel, after a long time being slaves in Egypt, at the end it was an exit. So that it's a support. Every day we talk about the exit of Egypt, just to give us a little bit of support, to give us a little bit of happiness. Don't worry, whatever can happen to you today, it will end up good. Don't worry. Just must have emunah bitachon HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this is the reason too, when we talk about the cross of the sea. Crossing the sea, it's something a lot of times when we have a problem, we don't know the solution of the problem. Sometimes there is problems of health, like a woman. She told me, all the doctors told her, no way to have a baby. And she don't know what to do. So I told her, you must pray. She said, pray. But I do pray. But my husband has a big problem. He cannot have children. He has no sperm. So how can you tell me, Rabbi, that have faith? So I said, a lot of people that they had problems having children, they had at the end. A lot of times we have problems, we don't know what the end of the problem, from when we can resolve them, or is there any solution of that problem. So they remind you in the morning, look, even the Bnei Israel, when they went out from Egypt, and Hashem told them, go straight ahead. They went straight ahead, and the Egyptians were behind them. They were following them to bring them back to Egypt. And then they arrived to the sea. And Hashem said to Moshe, tell them to carry on. How can they carry on? There is nothing to carry on. In front is the sea, right and left, it's nothing, it's a desert, and behind there is the Egyptian. How can they go? And Hashem, he said to Moshe, I told you, go ahead. But how? How can you go ahead? It's impossible. It's water. Hashem, he said, go ahead. That's what he did. Let's go. And Nahshon ben Aminadab was the first one to walk into the sea. When the sea arrived to his face, he did not know how to carry on. And then he stopped. He said, Hashem, I don't know what to do. At that moment, the sea split. This is how we start the day. We start the day that Hashem, He has always solution for anything you want. There is solution. I had a problem once. Bemet, I promise you. I had no solution for my problem. Bemet, no solution. I mean, for me, it was dead. That's it. Finito. And in the middle of the night, somebody called me. Somebody that I don't know. I don't know why he called me. So I was thinking to answer, not to answer, yes, no. Then I answered. And then he told me, I'm sorry that I wake you up in the middle of the night. You don't know me. I am from Toronto. I have a problem that with somebody, which his name is X, and they told me that you know him. And I would like to ask you, do you know him? Can we trust him? I told him, why you choose just me to ask me? There is a lot of people you can ask. Why don't ask people that you know? Why ask me if I know him? He said, I don't know. I'm sorry, Mr. Pinto. He didn't even know that I was a rabbi. They give me your name. Somebody give me your name. I don't know you. I'm sorry. So I told him, maybe I will lie to you. He said, well, maybe you will lie to me. So I'm sorry. No, I said, no, hold on. That man, I know him. And that man, I advise you, don't do no business with him. Because I have a big problem with him. And my problem that I have with him has no solution. Because he stole everything. So I don't advise you. You have a big miracle that you called me. Because today I was very, very upset. Because for me today it's finished. He stole my money and there is nothing I can do. And it's funny that you called me to ask me to tell you some information about him. So that man told me, who are you? I said, I am Rabbi David Pinto. Oh, I heard of you. Can you tell me how much he stole from you? I told him, he stole from me X money. So he told me that, man, Rabbi, I would like to, for your information that you give me about him, if I would do business with him, I would lose maybe 100 times more what he took from you. And now that you give me that information, I want to check if your information are correct. I will give you what he stole from you. My friend, what do you think about that? Huh? You see, I mean, and my friend, 2 days after, that man called me again and he told me, Rabbi, I'm sorry about what happened to you, but thank you very much that you have avoided me a big, 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 big loss. And I want to give you X money for your institutions that man took from you. And thank you very much. And that man, I did meet him, and Baruch Hashem, every time he helped me, he sent donation. So you see, when there is nowhere to expect, there is from nowhere to expect something good that for the problem that you have, Hashem has always a resolution. That's why we mention every day the cross of the sea, the exit of Egypt, and of course, the Akedah of Yitzhak, the sacrifice of Yitzhak. And of course, always we have to remember as well. There's a lot of things that every day we have to remember them. And because everything that we have to remember because there is a reason that could help you for anything could happen to that day. So there is always a solution. My friend, there is something incredible that to remember the sacrifice of Yitzhak, it's something very, very, very important. You know why? Because by repeating this every day, there is a big secret. Let's think 1 minute. If Yitzhak Avinu was sacrificed, let's see, if Hashem would not stop Abraham, and Abraham he will sacrifice Yitzhak. Don't forget that on Yitzhak Avinu, all the soul of the Bnei Israel, they were inside his body. That means, if Abraham would sacrifice Yitzhak, that means all of us will be like sacrifice. That means there will be no neshama, no Jewish soul. So that means every day we mention to Hashem, don't forget that with Yitzhak we were sacrificed too. The same way that Hashem, you consider Yitzhak like he was sacrificed, so you have to consider as well that we, the Jewish people, like we were sacrificed for your name. And please Hashem, help us, forgive us, and give us a good day. It's fabulous. Fabulous. You know, my friend, it's fantastic. That's why it's so important, because we never know what could happen to me today. Maybe I did a lot of sin yesterday. And for the sin that I did, I don't know, maybe Hashem is angry against me. So when in the morning I remind to Hashem the sacrifice of Yitzhak and my sacrifice too, that I was on him a few thousand years ago, so maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu will forgive me for what I did yesterday. My friend, there was a rabbi that he was sitting in the Beit HaMidrash. And there is a professor. He came to the Beit HaMidrash, to the shul. And he saw the shul empty. And that rabbi was studying Torah. And that professor said to the rabbi, Rabbi, what do you do? You're wasting time. Why you don't go to work? Why you don't go to do something? So the rabbi asked him, what are you? Who are you? What are you? He said, I am Professor X. I was in the university. And my job is, I do research. I do research for, for the nature. Research for everything. Un chercheur. So he said, the rabbi started to laugh. He said, so you search what? To find what? He said, well, I do want to understand what it is, the sand, what it is, the tree. I want to know from where that come from. Ta-da. So what do you study in these books that you have? So the rabbi said, I study as well, I do the research. He said, so the professor asked him, what kind of research you do? He said, this research that I do research about myself. Who I am, who am I, what Hashem wants from me. I don't search about other things. From where the sands come from. I want to know from where I come from, who I am. I'm doing research about myself. People do research about other things and they forgot themselves. You know why? Because if they do research about themselves, they will find a lot of bad things about themselves. And then, to correct them, they have to do sacrifice. And they don't want that kind of sacrifice. In the morning, when you are tired, if you are on holiday, if you want to go to holiday, you have to work, to wake up at 4 o'clock to catch the plane, to go to the airport to catch the plane, you wake up early. If you go to bed late. But for the synagogue, no. When people are on holiday, there is nothing, there is no sacrifice. For other things we do sacrifice. But for yourself, for Hashem, You leave the sacrifice on one side. That's no good. My friend, in our generation today, there is what it is sacrifice, Akedah. You know what is Akedah, my friend? It's not a sacrifice that you sacrifice your life, like it's Hak that is sacrifice. Today, a sacrifice is if I want to be angry, so I do a sacrifice. I calm myself down. I want to speak bad language about somebody, I calm myself down, I don't speak. This is a sacrifice. I want to drink something that is not kosher. I don't drink it. It's a sacrifice. You know, my friend, one day I was traveling and I was writing Torah on the plane. And suddenly the steward came. He said, "Mister, do you want your kosher food?" I said, "Okay." You know, the plane was not full, so it was. So he bring my tree and he put it on the table, and then he bring me the hot meal, and I was writing, but I was you know, my thought was you know, deep inside what I was writing. So the steward came. He said, "You want me to warm your food because now it's cold. It's been already half an hour." I said, "Excuse me, okay." So he said, oh, excuse me. I said, "What?" "No, this, the tree is kosher, but your food is not kosher. I mix it with something else." I said, "Sir, thank you very much." I said, "Hashem, thank you that I did not eat not kosher food." When Hashem, he see that you do sacrifice. I was very hungry. I wanted to eat, but I was in the middle of writing, so I did some sacrifice to not to eat, to carry on, and Baruch Hashem, that was worth it. Can you imagine? If I will eat that's not kosher food because it put it on the tree on the kosher tree. I don't know what happened. So you see, when you do a sacrifice, Hashem, He give you back something good. Akedah, it's a sacrifice. A man who sacrificed himself, not to get angry, not to speak bad language, to be calm with his wife, to respect the mother-in-law. You come home from work, you see your wife talking to her mother, and her mother, again, her mother, again, her mother. Sometimes, every time you come home, she's with her mother, and the house is the balagan, disaster, and you smell food already burned because she talked. Then you become crazy, screaming. Hey, calmos. Patience. Do a sacrifice. Now, it's a double sacrifice. A sacrifice for your mother-in-law, a sacrifice for the food that could burn, a sacrifice for the telephone, a sacrifice for the balagan. It's a triple sacrifice. This is a sacrifice. It's not. People think when we talk about sacrifice, it's the sacrifice that you bring to the Beit HaMikdash and we sacrifice something. No. There's a lot of ways how to sacrifice. My friend, today, there is a lot of things today that to live in the world we live today, technology, everything, it's not easy. Even for me, it's not easy. I had to do, sometimes it's better to stay home than going away. Going out, I don't know what you can see. Today people, think somebody who don't go out, he must be crazy. He must have a depression. Sometimes, of course, if you don't go out, and you are at home in front of the television all the day, that's no good. But if you are home because you don't want to see in the street bad things, it's okay, it's a sacrifice. My friend, we have our eyes, we have our ears, our mouth, and Baruch Hashem he put doors. Like Rabbi Chaim Vital said, that Hashem he put doors in the eyes, because you can't close your eyes. There is a doors to close them. There is in the ears, close doors, ears. You can't close your ear, so you will not listen bad things. Eyes, you can close them so you cannot see bad things. Your mouth, you can as well, with your lips, close the mouth so you will not say and talk bad thing. You can only open it for good thing. I mean, it's a sacrifice. When there is something that you want to listen, you don't listen. There is something that you want to see, you don't see. Something that you want to talk, you don't talk. I mean, you have legs, foot, you want to go, but no, you stop. Because where you're going to go, it's no good. My friend, you know what it is? This is very, very important that you have to know. That today we live in a generation that Hashem give us to learn and to study from the sacrifice of Yitzhak Avinu a lot of things. I mean, only in the morning, by talking about the crossing of the sea, about the exit of Egypt, about remember what Amalek did. Amalek, it's safek, it's doubt. You know, today there is a lot of there is a lot of time that we have doubt on Hashem, we have doubt on this. There is safek, so we remember. Hey, be careful. Amalek. Study Torah so you will not have doubt on Hashem. You don't have doubt on Hashem, it's so easy. It's very, very easy. But we have to strengthen ourselves, not to have this quality of having doubt of Hashem. And it's a sacrifice. My friend, I would like to wish to all of you happiness. Our friend, Alav Shalom, Miguel Rosenthal, he was a man, special man. I will never forget how much he did sacrifice by helping people. He used to give big amount of money, tzedakah. Sacrifice, I mean money, it's not easy. You work hard to make it, and he was giving it easily. From where? It's a big sacrifice, what he used to do. But from where he learned this? When he learned this from Yitzhak Avinu. If Yitzhak Avinu, he did a sacrifice, and he was willing to do this sacrifice of Hashem, so why not me? And besides this, because all of us, all the Jewish people, their neshama, they were inside the body of Yitzhak, so we learned from Yitzhak Avinu that quality of sacrifice. Because we were all inspired with what Yitzhak was going to do. And all of us were ready to follow the steps of Yitzhak where we were inside his body. And then Hashem said to Abraham, stop, don't sacrifice him. For me, it's like he has been sacrificed. So it's like all of us, we've been sacrificed. So we have in our body this quality of being sacrifice. But not only sacrifice our body, sacrifice our bad qualities, not to follow them. I saw a man, Bemeta, how he resisted. His wife, she cursed him in front of people. And he resisted, he did not answer. And people told him, are you crazy? Divorce your wife. Answer your wife. He said, no, it's okay. It's okay. And today, Baruch Hashem, they are a happy family. She asked him after, pardon, sorry. I shouldn't tell you what I told you. Can you imagine if he would answer her? Maybe it will be a divorce. And Baruch Hashem, because he did not answer, so Baruch Hashem, he had a lot of children. They are all well people. And he won. A sacrifice is worth it. My friend, Mr. Rosenthal, Alav Shalom, he had a big problem when he went to Morocco. Big problem, I promise I was with him. And he did not know it was a big amount of money that he was losing. And the only way to stop the loss, if he had to go back from Ukraine to Buenos Aires. And he told me, Rabbi, what can I do? I said, well, I don't know what to tell you. If you have bitachon on Hashem, espera. If you have emunah, if you have faith, let's go to Morocco for the Hilula, and Hashem will help you. He said, I will go. And then during 2 days, he didn't call. He didn't want to know what's going on in the banks, what happened. Oh, one thing I can tell you. On Friday, before Shabbat, he received a good news that his money was saved. So he told me, Rabbi, Baruch Hashem I didn't go, because if I would go, maybe I would lose everything, and maybe, and I will lose as well all this trip to the Tzaddik Rabbi Chaim Pinto. Now I want everything. I want the trip. I want the Tzaddikim of Ukraine, the Tzaddik of Morocco, and my money. Thank you. I would like to wish to all of you happiness, bracha v'atzlacha, amin keratzon.